to pay that price.
Is a sacrificing animals real too? That really,
yeah. Blood is spiritual currency.
I don't feel
it really go like that though.
Yes.
You animals before?
Yeah, goats, all that.
goats.
I watched the Drink Champ.
I did it all.
And Nori asked you like how you. I forgot what he asked you, like how you beat the something. And you was like, "Yo, I had to sacrifice him."
Yeah,
that's real.
Yeah, turtle tongue, all kinds of shit, bro. Yes, yes. That's how. That's like when I didn't know better. Even though God was in charge this whole time, he let me run with what I was running with and let me feel like that was power. That was, you know what I'm saying? Until I realized like he's the only power I need. He's the Almighty. He's running all that, bro. All that shit runs when you say his name. And cause at the time I was fighting an armed robbery charge. So I was saying to myself, I need something harder, stronger than prayer. I didn't know. I need something. I need to get down in that dark and dirty world, bro. I need because this is some real. So I did that. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, yeah, once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live.
This industry is a very evil industry, you know what I mean? Like it's very evil, man. So you got to really surround yourself with people that think like you or bigger than you. So it's a nice amount of, I ain't gonna say nice. It's a lot of rappers that sold their soul, and you know, they let money dictate everything they do. They value money more than they value humans. I ain't participating in no bullshit. If it ain't righteous, I don't want to be a part of it, man. I'm not gonna snake my people, and yeah, I ain't gonna snake my people, and yeah, I can't sell my people out, and I ain't gonna sell myself out. Fame ain't that important, man, for me to just do anything. It's cool. I'm used to the attention.
Yeah, that's crazy for me to hear you say that, man. So rappers is really out here selling themselves for success. That's a real thing.
For sure. Yeah. Behind the scenes selling their soul or snaking somebody who deserves opportunity. You know?
Have you ever been approached to do anything out of pocket?
I've been approached to have somebody come to my house and pray. And yeah, like, hey man, this guy, yeah, he's like he gets spirits out, and you know, he wants to come and pray. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I want to continue to pray the way I've been praying. I don't know who he believe in and what he believe in, but he can't come in my house.
Family, what's the word? We are back. Now, I want to thank everybody for tapping in with the Drewski commentary. That situation, y'all, I'm telling you, it served a bunch of different purposes, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that it's true or anything like that. I'm just giving you my thoughts. But yeah, keep your eyes on that situation. And I don't think anything's going to happen to Drewski. I really don't. I don't. Not whatsoever. Lil Flip, he did a thing with Art of Dialogue. I've always respected Lil Flip, because the thing is, a lot of these people go looking and reaching. He didn't have to do that. He showed me Texas was its own machine, and that you could really get that money independently. But we got to talk about what Gunplay is talking about. Gunplay has come to realize the industry's not all cracked up to be what people say, allegedly. And this is just some people's opinions based on what they went through with certain people. Now, it's taken all this time for him to come out and say what he tried and did and why wasn't the right thing to do. And a lot of people need to pay attention to this. Yeah, he was fighting a crazy case, and that's where certain things came in, certain practices. But at the end of the day, he's saying what he's saying. Anyways, we're gonna review and react to a few clips. I do appreciate y'all for tapping in and commenting and everything like that. Let's keep it going. Let's get this channel back popping. And yeah, we're gonna get to it. Let's go.
I kept God in what I got going on. I kept God. I keep God in what I got going on. I don't love money. I talk for myself. I come from a family that programmed me and trained me to be out in this world and out in the streets and knowing how to maneuver. So you can't lure me with no money or nothing like that. Like, meaning like, if I don't want to do the deal, I ain't gonna do the deal. The difference between me and a lot of artists is I started doing music for God. My grandmother played the piano. I was in the church. I sung in the choir. I played the drums, played the piano, sung in the choir for God, went to different churches and sung here and there, right? For God, doing music in the studios, making gospel music, making hip hop. But I started off doing music for God. So I'm not gonna let money dictate every move I make when it comes to music. It's a blessing for me to be able to create. The money is gonna come. So
from that piece of clip, I feel like Lil Flip had the right foundation. And I feel like he had a strong foundation. And that's what separates a lot of these people that go out here and get these weird situations, these weird deals and stuff like that, to where they just lose themselves. They don't own their image or anything. Now, Lil Flip, the only thing that I could really say that he did that I thought was humiliating was the whole leprechaun outfit, but he was far from signed. And what a lot of people don't realize is that he came from a place called Cloverland. And I remember that from the he always rapped about it, and I think he was in front of a sign that said Cloverland actually. If that album wasn't called Cloverland. For real, for real. But anyway, let me let bro cook. I just admire bro's hustle, for real, for real.
Alright, so let's talk about Young Dolph real quick, right? So when Young Dolph first died, everybody kind of thought he sold his soul due to the fact that his last album was called Illuminati, and his last music video basically had a bunch of Illuminati signals and signs in it, you feel me? So a lot of people was thinking he sold his soul. I kind of thought he sold his soul too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all might feel like CMG and Yo Gotti had something to do with it due to the fact that Young Dolph and Yo Gotti was beefing before he died or whatever, you feel? But the same people that gunned down Nipsey Hussle and broad daylight are the same people that killed Young Dolph, bro. I'm telling you. These folks want us to believe that these people in beefing with certain people and certain individuals, you feel me? They want us to believe that they died the street violence or gang wars and this and that, when in reality, like I said, CMG ain't have nothing to do with Young Dolph death, and that's another reason why Key Glock and CMG was sitting right across from each other at the Memphis Grizzlies game and nothing happened. Young Dolph was came back with a $22 million deal. Bro was making too much money for them folks. They ain't like that. He owned his own masters, all that. He was making too much money. They offered him $22 million to sell out. $22 million deal. And when I say deal, I mean deal with the devil. They probably would have had my boy wearing dresses and all type of stuff out here.
I'm gonna be real about the Dolph thing. I feel like bro taunted those people. A lot of people think that was like kind of a skit or something like that, because 22 million is a different type number, but bro did own his masters. He did make great music, and he did so much independently. He just had industry ties. Now, as far as any distributions or labels or anything like that, I hadn't went that deep into it. If you know something, let me know. Hit the thumbs up and hype up the video. I'm out. Peace.